Okay. Knees under the hips, wrists under the shoulders, fingers spread wide, tops of the feet to the mat. Okay. Gaze to the floor. Take a big breath in. Exhale, open mouth side out. Again, big breath in. Open mouth side out. Still just in all fours, still just in tabletop. 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Big breath in. And exhale all the way out. On your next inhale, rise to cow pose. Good. Exhale to your cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Actively spread those fingers wide. Reach your collarbones up and forward. Let your belly hang. Exhale, cat. Push your hands into the earth. Spread out through the backs of your shoulder blades. Inhale, cow. One more time through. Exhale, cat. Inhale, come back to all fours. Shake out your right wrist for a moment. Spin it around. Place your right hand down. Shake out your left wrist. And place it back down. Walk those knees together for a little more balance. And then inhale, reach that right leg back behind you. Square your hips up to the mat. Flex that right foot. Hold it right here. And see if you can keep your hips square. See if you can drop that right hip down just a little bit. Actively point your pinky toe to the floor. Low belly's drawn in. And exhale, go ahead and place your right knee down. Shake out your right wrist. Shake out your left wrist. And then keep those knees together. Left leg comes back. Square those hips up with the earth. Left hip's pointing to the floor. Left pinky toe is pointing to the floor. And you're reaching back through your heel. You want that leg as parallel to the earth and as straight as you can get it. Low belly's pulled in. Your gaze is to the floor. The back of your neck is nice and long. And then exhale, release. Again, shake out your right wrist. Shake out your left wrist. And then we'll take that right leg back again. And this time we're going to bring that left arm out in front, bicep to ear. Try to square up your hips. Try to actively point that pinky toe to the floor. Left arm reaches out in front of you. Hold it here. Find your breath. Low belly pulled in. Stay with it here. Find your breath. Inhale and exhale. And then exhale, release. Come out of it. Inhale, that left leg goes back. Square up your hips. Flex your foot. Point your pinky toe to the floor. Right arm reaches out. You're trying to get our bicep towards our ear if we can, but that might be too intense on the shoulder, so you might have to bring your arm to come down a little bit lower, which is just fine. Anywhere in here, just don't bring it above your ear. Core is pulled in tight. Keep pressing back through your left heel. Low belly pulled in. And then slowly exhale and release. Go ahead and take your knees wide and we'll press back and we'll find a child's pose for a moment. Child's pose for a moment. Inhale, rise back up to all fours. We're going to balance our table one more time. So knees come together, hands come under your shoulders, right leg reaches back, square up your hips, point your pinky toe to the floor, left arm reaches out in front of you, just holding our balancing table right here. Really focusing on nice square hips, low bellies engaged, building strength in that low back. Exhale, release. Left leg goes back behind you. Really try to straighten through. Reach through that left heel. Square up your hips. Right arm reaches out in front of you. Gaze to the floor. See if you can take that left pinky toe and point it towards the earth. Take one more breath. And then slowly exhale and release. We're going to lower ourselves all the way down onto our belly. Go ahead and bring yourself over to the left edge of your mat. Lower yourself down, and we're going to slide that right leg out to the side in a half frog pose. So you want your thigh to come perpendicular to your hip, and then your knee and your ankle create that 90-degree angle. And you're going to lower yourself all the way down to the floor. You want to get as much stretch in that right inner thigh as you can. And you can rest your left cheek on the mat, or you can rest your forehead on your hands, whatever feels comfortable to you. And we'll breathe here for about 30 seconds. So find a nice, even breath for your body. Take one more breath here. And on your next inhale, lift your head. Give yourself room. We're going to slide that right leg straight back behind us. So we're still to the left of the mat, but that's fine. Go ahead and bring your elbows underneath you, your arms, your forearms on the earth. There's an 11. And fingers spread wide, and shift your body to Sphinx pose right here. Lift your chest, draw your shoulders away from your ears. Spread those fingers really wide. Go ahead and drag those arms back into your body a little bit. Brings that chest forward. Take a big breath here. Exhale all the way out. Inhale all the way in. Exhale all the way out. Let yourself relax. And then slide yourself over to the right side of your mat. Take your left leg now out to the side in that 90-degree half frog pose. Try to square your hips up with the earth as much as you can. And again, you can bring your right cheek to the mat, or you can bring your forearm or forehead down onto your forearms or your hands. And we're just going to take maybe 8 breaths here, 10 breaths here. Really trying to bring your awareness and your focus into your breath. One more breath. Really make it count here. Big inhale. Exhale all the way out as you slide that left leg back behind you. Pull your elbows into your chest. Arms make an 11. Lift your chest. Bring yourself up to your Sphinx pose. Hold it right here. Then we're going to do a really tricky move. I want you to curl your toes under, pull your elbows in even tighter to your body, lift those hips, and transition yourself to dolphin pose. Might be a mean thing to do right away, but do the best you can. Get into it the best you can. Push the floor away with your forearms. Don't let your head touch the floor. Lift high through those hips. And then we're going to inhale, push up to downward facing dog. For real. And then inhale, bring your gaze up to the front of your mat. And exhale, walk your feet forward. Plant those feet. Inhale, arms all the way up to the ceiling. And exhale, your arms to your sides. Okay, before we go any farther, gotta check in with you guys. Any questions, or was that okay?
That was a blast.
Yeah, that wasn't as bad as what I thought it was going to be.
Okay, so you'll be okay if we do that again?
Sure.
About ready to take my bathrobe off.
Okay, all right, heading back. Let's go ahead and stand in mountain pose. I'll mute you guys again. Oh, all right, take it to mountain pose. Stand up nice and tall, big breath in. Exhale all the way out. Inhale, reach those arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, swan dive it, forward fold. Bend your knees a lot. Bring your belly to your thighs. Wrap your arms around the backs of your legs and see if you can let your head hang. Maybe you sway your glutes a little bit from side to side. Hold it here. Now come back to center. Hold on to the backs of your thighs. Keep your belly and your thighs connected. See if you can straighten those legs a little bit more. Woo, big stretch. And then on your next exhale, go ahead and drop your glutes. Release your arms out from underneath you. Transition up to chair pose. Good. Inhale, reach all the way up. Slight back bend, maybe. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. We won't grab our legs this time. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, draw your low belly in, circle sweep your arms all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, chair pose. Hold it here, press into the outside edges of your feet, just a little bit more strong in those legs, low belly pulled in. Good, that looks awesome. Inhale all the way up, slight back bend. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Plant your hands to the earth and step back to downward facing dog. Okay, give yourself some room. This is a bit of a challenge. Lower to your dolphin pose. Then take it to your plank pose. Lower down to a sphinx pose. And then exhale all the way down, arms to your sides, left ear to the mat. And then take your right ear to the mat. Good. Go ahead and bring your chin to the mat. Slide your arms out in front of you. Come back into your sphinx pose. Elbows pulled into your ribs. Arms at an 11, fingers spread wide. Try to soften your glutes. See if you can get some release in your low back. Lift and open your collarbones. Breathe right here. Good. Curl your toes under, shift your weight forward a little bit, get a little bit closer to those elbows, lift up and back to your dolphin pose. Start to walk your feet towards your elbows. Push the floor away from you with those arms. Lift your glutes high, pull your low belly in. Up to downward facing dog again. Yeah. Inhale, gaze up to the front of your mat. Exhale, travel to the front of your mat. Inhale, chair pose. Good. Low belly pulled in. Inhale all the way up, high mountain. Exhale, mountain pose. Roll those shoulders up and back a couple of times. And then take it to your mountain pose. Stand tall, soft knees. Lifting, proud heart. Take another breath. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, chair. Really press into the outside edges of your feet, and we're going to take it back to a lunge. So keep yourself low and take your right foot back into a lunge. And you can just stay right here, breathing deep. Keep breathing. Then exhale your hands to the mat. Start to straighten through your left leg and reach your right leg just so it's parallel to the floor. Square your hips, flex your right foot. Stay right here. Or you can begin to take that left arm out in front of you, start to roll that right hip open and transition to balancing half moon. Bring that block into play, or a chair or a wall. Breathe here, flex that right foot, pull those toes back towards your knee. Good. Exhale your right hand to the floor. Square your hips up again with the mat. Square those hips up. Slowly bend your left knee. Bring that right foot back into a lunge again. Go ahead and lower that right knee to the earth. And bring both hands to the inside of your left foot. You may want to toe heel that left foot out to the side a little bit. Okay, fingers are spread wide. Hands are planted here, and that left knee is hugging into your rib cage. Again, you guys can stay right here, or you can curl those toes under and lift that right knee up off of the floor again. Breathing deep. Knee is lowered or knee is raised. It's totally up to your body and what feels best in your body. See if you can gaze forward just a little bit. Then we're going to exhale and bring that right knee down again if it was up. Top of the foot to the mat, and we're going to do something a little bit different, not something I cue a lot in class. But I want you to go ahead and roll to the outside edge of your left foot and let that left knee drop out to the side. If that doesn't feel good to you, bring it back in. And you can stay right here if you're a flexible human being. You can take your elbows down to the floor. And if your body does not enjoy that, you can stay up high or use blocks. We'll take 3 breaths right here. On your next inhale, bring your hands to the mat, rise up. Slowly hug that left knee back in. Then we're going to take our left hand to the outside of our left foot, and we're going to start to shift our way back into a hamstring stretch or people call this half splits pose. Whatever works for you. Pull those toes back towards your knee. Go ahead and keep your glutes a little bit higher than you normally would. Good, and then start to shift your weight forward. Come into a lunge. Now, two options, you guys. You can leave your hands to the earth, or you can bring your palms together to heart center, curl those left toes under, or right toes under, lift that right knee up off of the mat. Good. Inhale, straighten your left leg, bring your palms together to heart center, no matter what now. And then we're going to transition and pivot to face the long edge of the mat. Toes facing out away from each other. Bring your hands to your hips. Exhale, bend your knees. Begin to shift or hinge again at your hips. Bring your hands to the floor and then slowly straighten your legs, shifting and changing your toes, bringing yourself into a wide-legged forward fold. And just let yourself be here. You can release yourself to the floor. You can take your feet wider apart or closer together. Whatever feels the best to you, get yourself into it and hang out right here. We'll take 3 deep breaths, maybe 4. And then on your next inhale, rise up so that your hands are under your face and your arms are straight. On your next inhale, reach that right arm up to the ceiling. Hold it. Draw that low belly in. Exhale, right hand comes down to the earth. Inhale, left arm comes up. Good. Breathe right here. Beautiful. Exhale, left hand comes down. Let's do one more to each side, you guys. Inhale, right arm up. Good. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left arm comes up. Beautiful. Exhale, lower. We're going to walk our hands back to the front of the mat. Make sure your feet come with you too. Plant those hands and step it back to downward facing dog. Fingers spread wide. Insides of the elbows turned forward. Let your chest come towards your thighs. Low belly pulled in. Let your head hang here. Feel free to pedal those heels. Whatever feels good to you in this downward facing dog. 2 more rounds of breath. Shake out your head a little bit. Inhale, bring your gaze up to your thumbs, and exhale, walk your feet forward to the front of your mat. Actively plant those feet. Take your arms out to the side. Inhale, stand it up. Exhale. Arms release. Standing in mountain pose, breathing deep right here. On your next inhale, reach your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, chair pose. Find that focus, engage that low belly, press into the outside edges of your feet. Don't be afraid to drop down just a little bit more. And then on that next inhale, we're gonna stay low and step that left foot back into a lunge. So notice how I shift back so that my knee is directly over my ankle. Okay, we're just gonna hold it right here. Breathe deep. Find that focus. Good. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Start to straighten that right leg and lift that left leg, but just so it's parallel with the earth and your foot is flexed. Okay, get a block handy in case you're going to want it for that balancing half moon. Keep your hips pointed to the floor though. Keep them squared up. Then when you feel ready, we'll begin to open that left leg out to the side and reach that left arm up to the ceiling. Open yourself up the best you can. Use the floor or a block or a table or a chair. Find your focus. Stand strong in that standing leg. Press that right foot into the earth. Good. When you're ready to exhale, go ahead and bring your hand back down to the floor. Square your hips. Whoa, falling. Square your hips back up with the mat. Flex that left foot. And then ever so slowly, we're going to step that left foot back down into a lunge. And you can stay right here, or you can inhale, take it up again. Remember, we're lowering that left knee to the earth. So if you need your hands for support, feel free to take those hands to the floor. If not, we're going to slowly lower that left knee to the earth. Top of the foot comes to the mat. And our hands come to the inside of that right leg. So you might want to toe heel that foot out to the side. Plant your feet. No, plant your hands. I guess plant your hands next to your feet. But plant those hands firmly and keep that right knee hugged in for right now. Look forward slightly, broaden those collarbones, hold it here. Breathe. And then on that next exhale, if you'd like to roll to the outside edge of that right foot and let that right knee drop open, you absolutely can. And also, if you'd like to lower onto your forearms, if you have that ability in your body tonight or today, feel free to do that. Find your breath. And on your next inhale, plant those hands, rise back up. Let's pull that right leg in, and we're going to take our right hand to the outside of that right foot. So you're going to want to heel toe that right foot in a little bit, and then begin to shift your weight back, pulling those toes back towards your knee, taking it in to a hamstring stretch, back of the leg stretch. You can come up as high as you'd like on your hands and in your body. Breathe right here. Good. One more breath. And then we're going to slowly begin to exhale it forward into that low lunge. Hands can stay to the earth or palms together to heart center. Curl your left toes under, lift that left knee. Beautiful. Big deep breath here. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands to the floor. We're going to walk our hands over to the left. I'm going to turn around so my tush isn't facing you guys. So we're going to come into that wide-legged forward fold. But this time we're going to lunge side to side, okay? So get your feet in a good position for your body. And exhale, bend your left knee and lunge to the left. Hold it right here. And you can continue to stay right where you're at, or you can plant that right hand under your shoulder and lift that left arm up to the ceiling. Good. Exhale that left hand back. Bring yourself to center and bend your right knee and lunge to the right. And again, you can stay right here or plant that left hand to the earth and reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Good. Exhale your right hand down back to center. We're going to lunge to the left again. And again, you guys can do that same thing. You can stay here. You can lift your left arm up to the ceiling, or you can lift your heel up off of the earth. Pull those right toes back towards your knee and find your deep lunge right here. You can stay right here, or you can come up, palms together to heart center, holding it here. Breathing deep. Take one more breath. Almost there. Good. Exhale, hands to the earth. Start to shift your weight to center. Bend that right knee. And again, you can lunge right here. You can lift your right arm up to the ceiling, or you can lift that right heel. Lift those left toes. Palms come together to heart center. So finding stretch and finding balance. I can't think of a more appropriate time in our lifetimes where we need yoga on the mat as much as off of the mat. Stretching ourselves and finding balance. And then exhale those hands to the floor and slowly come back to a wide-legged forward fold. You can stay right here, or you can reach and grab a hold of those ankles and use your arms to draw yourself a little bit deeper into your forward fold. And then slowly release any hold that you may have. Plant your hands to the earth. Inhale, lift your chest so that your chest is parallel with your mat, or the best that you can. Hold your pose right here, breathe. One more breath. And then as you exhale, walk your hands back to the front of the mat. Plant those hands and step it back to plank pose, nice high plank. Go ahead and lower your left knee to the earth. Kick that left foot back behind you like a kickstand. Roll to the inside of that right foot and reach that right arm up to the ceiling. You can stay right here, or you can lift your right leg up so that your right leg is parallel to the earth. Your hips are squared up and that foot is flexed. And we're just going to stay right here. Really strengthening the outside of that right leg. Engage that glute a little bit. Use those muscles that run along the outside of the leg. Breathe deep here. And then exhale, bring everything back to plank pose. High plank. Okay, release your right knee to the earth now. Take your right foot, kick it back behind you. Roll to the inside edge of that left foot. Lift your left arm up to the ceiling. And you are more than welcome to stay right here, or you can lift that left leg, trying to bring it parallel to the earth. You can feel those muscles firing right away. You lift that leg and those muscles start to engage and do their work. Breathe here, find that focus. Keep that lift, keep fighting for that lift. You got it. Let's got 2 more breaths in here, breathe. Good, exhale, lower back to your high plank one more time. High plank one more time. And then exhale, lower your knees, top of the feet to the mat, press back to your child's pose. Sway those hips a little bit from left to right if you can. Inhale, rise up to all fours. One last pose before we start to stretch it out. One more challenging pose here. Bring your knees a little bit closer together. Let's take our right foot back in that balancing table again. This time we're going to bend that right knee, and I want you to reach back with your left hand and see if you can find your foot. See if you can kick your foot into your hand. If you can't reach your foot, that's fine. Just bend the knee and reach back for your foot. You don't have to get a hold of your foot. Belly pulled in right here. Okay, we're not done yet, so don't come out of this pose. Go ahead, keep that right knee bent. Release your left hand to the floor. Kick your left leg back behind you in that kickstand. Now grab your foot with your right hand and open it up right here. Breathe. Good, and then slowly exhale and lower. Come back to all fours. If you didn't get it, that's okay. You got one more try on the other side. No worries. Okay? All right, let's take that left leg back. Straight back. Bend your knee. Reach back with your right hand. See if you can find that foot. I think this is called tiger's pose or something like that. Breathe here. If you can't reach your foot, that's okay. Just bring your hand back and keep that foot flexed and that knee bent. Good. One more breath. You got this. Okay, keep that left leg where it's at. Place your right hand to the floor. Your right foot comes out into a kickstand. You're going to take that left hand, find your left foot, open it up here. See if you can press your foot into your hand. I think this is modified sugar cane, if I remember correctly, but I could be wrong for sure. Good, and then slowly exhale. Bring it back to all fours. Walk your knees forward and come on to your sits bones. Woo-hoo-hoo! Nice work. Take those legs wide. Nice work. Shift your torso back over your pelvis. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, bring your hands down to your sides, slightly back behind you, and just lift your chest. Flex your feet, legs are wide. Good, and then soften. Slide your legs together. Okay, a little bit of a challenge. I think I did this early Wednesday morning. We're gonna try it again. Bring your hands back behind you so your fingers are facing your butt. Okay, squeeze those legs together. Push your heels into the floor. Just pushing your heels into the floor is already getting you to go in the right direction. Push your heels into the floor. Point your toes to the short edge of your mat and see if you can lift your hips up off of the floor. And then slowly lower it back down. Okay, shake it out a little bit. Let's try that one again, shall we? Squeeze those legs together. Push your heels into the floor. Push your toes to the front edge of your mat. Lift your hips into that reverse plank. Yes. Exhale and release. We have time for one more. This time, let's go ahead and bend our knees. Bring our feet to the floor. Fingertips pointing to your butt if you can. If not, that's okay. Bring your hands to where it works best for you. Push your feet into the floor and lift those hips. Draw that low belly in the best you can. Push your body away from the floor. And then slowly exhale and lower all the way down onto your back and hug those knees into your chest. And gently rock it from left to right. And then let's bring our knees over to the right. And we'll bring both arms and our gaze over to the left. Inhale, bring everything to center. See if you can pass by each other. Knees head to the left, arms and gaze head to the right. And it feels weird and awkward. That top arm's just kind of hanging out. You can touch your shoulder if you need to ground that hand through. I would prefer that you just reach that left arm long. But please do what feels the best to your body. And then inhale, come back to center. We're going to set ourselves up for a little bit of core work here. So you can just hold it right here, or you can take those legs straight up to the ceiling, or you can take your legs and angle them out away from your body a little bit. Make sure that that low back stays connected to the earth. Your shoulder blades stay connected to the earth. Hold it here and breathe. Find your focus, find that strength inside you. Breathe deep. Then on your next inhale, you're going to bring those toes to point back up to the ceiling. Arms are going to stay here. This is your middle ground. You're going to take your left leg long and your right arm up overhead. And then you're going to exhale it back. Inhale, right leg long, left arm up overhead. Inhale back. Exhale. Inhale, alternating every time. Exhale. Inhale. One more to each side. And back. Last one. Good. Bring it back and hug those knees into your chest. And gently rock it. Oh, from left to right. Left to right. Couple more times. And then slowly begin to take your right foot to the floor, and we'll just reach that left leg up to the ceiling. Find some stretch here. Maybe you grab back behind your thigh, back behind your calf, your foot. If you have a strap, you can place a strap around your foot. Just find a little bit of length through the back of that leg. And then go ahead and slowly release that left foot to the floor. Take your right leg up to the ceiling, and again, wrap your hand back behind your leg, or you can grab your foot, wherever that you find your flexibility. Good. And then we're going to transfer this into a happy baby. So reach up and grab the outside edge of your right foot. Bring your left leg in. Grab the edge of that left foot. Transfer it to your happy baby. You can stay right here. You can rock left to right. You can go all the way over and capsize. And come back to center and all the way to the other side. Back to center, whatever feels good to you right here. Take one more breath. Find that space in your body you didn't know that was there. And then slowly begin to release your feet. Begin to take your feet to the earth. Take those legs straight out in front of you, arms up overhead, full body stretch. And then exhale. Take your arms down by your sides. Gently rock your head a little bit from left to right. Take up some space on your mat. Maybe grab a blanket or an eye pillow. Allow your eyes to close. Start to give your jaw a little bit of slack. Let your tongue come away from the roof of your mouth. Let yourself breathe. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Start to wiggle your toes, move your fingers, maybe even your ankles and your wrists. Maybe you need one more full body stretch before you find your way over into the fetal position. Onto your favorite side, pull your knees up to your waist, rest your head on your arm. Take a couple more big deep breaths right here, scanning your body from the bottom of your feet all the way up to the crown of your head, checking in, understanding and learning. And slowly begin to open your eyes to let the light in. Using your arms and your hands to gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Sitting up tall, finding that place that feels good in your legs. We're just going to take an easy twist to one side. It doesn't even matter how you do it, just a gentle twist. And then a gentle twist to the other side. Good, come back to center. Let's just do one little neck stretch. So bring that right hand over to the left side of your head and gently drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Good, go ahead and come back to center, releasing that side of your head, switching to the other side. Easy stretch, nice and gentle, just opening up from the jaw down to the top of the shoulder. Beautiful. Inhale, head comes back up. Release the side of your head. Reach those arms up to the ceiling. Palms together to heart center into Anjali Mudra, gratitude pose. Big breath in, smile on your face, bowing to your practice. Thanks for being here tonight, you guys. Namaste.